Boss Monster, a simple throwback to 8-bit video games. This card game is just as good for whiling away an afternoon. Here are the stats. Let's get into it. You get 8 boss cards, featuring their name and icon, their boss ability, their XP, and their treasure. 75 room cards, spread out among basic monster rooms, basic trap rooms, advanced monster rooms, and advanced trap rooms. These also feature their name and icon, ability, and treasure, as well as their damage. 31 spell cards, with text for their effect and an icon for what phase or phases you can use them in. 25 hero cards and 16 epic hero cards, featuring treasure, health, 1 or 2 wounds, the player icon, and 1 or 2 souls on the back side.
Whomsoever first vanquishes enough heroes to gain 10 souls without suffering 5 wounds shall be deemed the strongest monster, as well as the winner.
Gotta set it up! First, remove any hero and epic hero cards with a player icon higher than the number of players you're playing with. Then, shuffle them both into separate decks and place them to the left of the play area. Shuffle the boss deck and deal 1 to each player. They, then, place that monster face up to the right of their play area. Shuffle the room and spell decks and place them face down in the middle of the play area. Each player draws 5 room cards and 2 spell cards. If any player draws 4 advanced rooms, or 4 of the same treasure type, they may shuffle their hand back into the deck and draw a new hand. In XP order, highest to lowest, each player places 1 basic room card on the table, face down, to the left of their boss card. Once everyone has placed one, all of the players simultaneously flip their room. Any effects that start with "when you build this" activate, in XP order. Now, let's get playing. Every turn consists of 5 phases. Beginning of turn, when you reveal heroes in town, 1 for each player, and each player draws 1 room card. Build phase, when each player may build 1 room, in XP order, and then reveal them simultaneously. Bait phase, when the heroes move to the entrance of the dungeon with the highest corresponding treasure that they want. If 2 dungeons are tied though, they don't move. Adventure phase, when the players process heroes through their dungeons, 1 by 1, in XP order. Finally, end of turn, when the housekeeping is performed to see.
Once a turn has completed, if any player has at least 10 souls and less than 5 wounds, the game ends, and that player is declared the winner.
Let's go through the phases in more detail. Phase 1, beginning of turn. Draw 1 hero card for each player, regardless of how many heroes are already in town. Make sure they stay in the order they were drawn. If there are less ordinary heroes than players, draw the rest of them for this turn. Then, next turn, you'll start drawing epic heroes. Then, each player draws 1 room card. Phase 2, build phase. Each player may place 1 room in their dungeon, face down. The rules for building are, you may only have up to 5 room cards in your dungeon, max. The boss card isn't a room. You can place them on top of an existing room, either a basic room on top of any other room, or an advanced room on top of another room with at least 1 matching treasure. Now is when you can use card effects that specify the build phase, and spell cards with a build icon. Once everyone has placed a room or abstained, all of the players reveal their cards simultaneously. All "when you build this" effects trigger, just like in setup, and level up abilities. If a player builds a 5th room for the first time. Phase 3, bait phase. Count all of the treasures in your dungeon to get your treasure value. Include any modifiers from spells or room abilities. Going in draw order, move the heroes from town to the left of the dungeon with the highest treasure value for the treasure they want. If any players are tied for most treasures of a certain type, those heroes don't move anywhere this turn. Keep the heroes in order for processing in Phase 4, Adventure Phase. Now, in XP order, each player processes the heroes at their dungeon's entrance. Each hero goes through each room in the dungeon, 1 by 1, left to right. As a hero enters a room, its effect activates, and then it deals damage. After the damage is dealt, players may place spells with the adventure icon. That's any player, not just the active player. If a hero takes damage equal to or exceeding their health, they die. Place the hero face down to the right of your boss card to display its soul or souls. If the hero reaches the boss without dying, place them face up underneath the boss card to display its wound or wounds. Phase 5, end of turn. Any end of turn effects are resolved, and any deactivated rooms are turned upright. Also, be sure to check. During the end of turn phase, check every player's souls and wounds. If a player has 5 or more wounds, they've been defeated. If there are more than 2 players, the losing player's cards are removed from play. The number of heroes activated per turn doesn't change though, so stay on your toes. If a player has 10 or more souls, that player wins. If 2 players have 10 or more, subtract their wounds from their souls. The player with the higher value wins. If they're still tied, the player with the lowest XP wins. So that's Boss Monster. That should cover everything. But if you still have any questions, put them in the comments below. If you liked this, please take the time to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell. It would really mean a lot to me. Thanks for watching, everybody.